Coach, it's the NFL playoffs on EA Sports. No bigger stage than this one. Sold out MetLife Stadium, located just outside of New York City. Straight ahead, we punch the second of 2 tickets to the AFC title game, and we've got a great one in store between the Houston Texans and the New York Jets. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
Let's go now, let's go now, let's go now. 6 orange.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. They were trying to liven up this playoff game very early on. Pretty deep throw, but good coverage.
I think they were counting on the defenders being a little tight, a little over-anxious early, and trying to catch them flat-footed and get a big play.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. A run for Nick Chubb. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments and doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Now Chubb. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout. Instead, they'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Let's go now. 1500.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. He don't want it.
They try to run on first down, but this defense says no dice. They stop him a couple yards behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
At the 25-yard line.
What? 56, right there, 56. Don't get nervous. Slam. Check 3. What?
Hey, 0.
Patch it.
And to give this time to the tailback. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more.
Tight zone. Whip.
Leads to 3rd and
And he'll give it here to his running back. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down. So on 4th down, Britton Colquitt on to punt. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. This will be fielded at the 17. And bulldozing his way through. Touchdown, Houston. Such an impressive punt return, 83 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. The papers this week, it was all talk. Of course it is. It's the playoffs. It's the divisional round. But they handle it well. They score early.
They really did. Plenty of confidence exuded on that drive. No nerves showing. Terrific way to get things started. They are in control.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
That was a particularly nice play because not only was it his job to force the play inside, he was actually able to fold inside himself and make the tackle ultimately. Very nicely done.
Pick it
up, guys. Pick it up.
Hey, alert.
Now it's Wilson. He can run for it, and he will. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go. Alert flare. Kill.
Hey, alert 3.
Run pass.
Going to give this time to the tailback. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Hey, tighten down. There you go.
Alert 3. Check the backer.
Devin Singletary with his first carry of the game. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Hey, watch the slant.
Touch 50.
56. Mike.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Sets up 4th down.
Here's the Jets punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He gets this away as he'll wisely, I'd say, angle this to the sideline. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
With the score, Texans 7, Jets 0.
On the ready. Grace don't travel. Grace don't travel. Check 99. Check 99. Gone. Go.
On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines.
Come on, at their own 34-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
So 2nd and inches after that 1st down completion went just shy of the marker. Now Wilson. Buying time. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
3rd and 2. Now Wilson steps away to his left. Open man to tackle him. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a 1st down as well. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Dance, Wilson hit, it's loose, it's out, fumble.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile.
Friday. 56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56.
And Singletary has it stripped, and the Texans scoop it. And he's got some space here. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Even the great ones, some of the best, they're not immune to the fumble, and here it really hurts them.
If the ball gets away from any runner's body, that's when the defense pokes at it, swipes at it, swats at it, and finds a way to create a big play for themselves.
Lutz good on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage? Blitz coming, and down he goes. Jake Ryan leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now it's Wilson. Caught by Allen. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Wilson. And he's got his man on the out route. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on Divisional Round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful Divisional Round weekend. Here's Wilson. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command. And a loose football, and it's scooped up by the Jets. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there.
They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong football.
Then he'll give it here to his running back. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A great effort there. 35 yards as they are now on the board here in the first half. Tucker with the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Yeah, last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. D.D. Westbrook, his intended receiver. That'll bring up second down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Second and 10. This is brought in by Gibson. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
First down, Houston.
Come on, set. 70 Indy. Get that quarterback. And 66. What happened?
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
I got you, pop.
2nd and 14. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 14. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
Ready. Watch the slant. Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. Then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
Tighten up. Tighten up.
Well, indeed, trying to run it out as they start on the ground. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
Switch it. Come on, switch it. Shit.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
So it's on to halftime of this AFC Divisional Round matchup. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC Divisional Round. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
50. 280. Right there. 56. 65. 65. Good, guys. 4 down. Mike 56. Mike 56.
To throw on third down. Wilson gets this one to Joshua Perkins. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
50. Check 56. Push him back.
They'll run on first down with Singletary. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, second down. Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the second half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
The Texans here on third down, putting an extra defender in the secondary.
56, Mike, 56, right there, 56.
Watch the screen. Off. Mike, 56.
To throw is Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Being chased out left. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, the defensive guys won't be real happy because there won't be a sack on this play because he did get back to the line of scrimmage. But what a job they did overall. Hemmed him in and gave him nowhere to go with the football.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10. And I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Watch out. Watch the safety creep. Ready.
Chubb. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
Partner, when you're not able to run the ball successfully, it really messes everything up for an offense because no longer are you setting the tone and dictating the game. If you do want to throw the ball, play action's kind of gone out the window because they don't respect the run. And last but not least, you don't get to dictate it all when you want to throw the football, and that really hurts you as an offense.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
We got this.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm.
And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A big play there. 75 yards, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
A give running right is Chubb. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Back to throw. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Green 80. 56. Check 56. Hey, watch the slant. Switch.
Now a handoff working right. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now they try the right side here. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That leads us to a 1st and goal. It's a pickup of 8.
1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jets have taken the lead. He's given them a little jolt. Just gave them the lead there, but 2 TDs now in the game.
And that jolt puts them in the lead. What a terrific job by him. He is carrying the ball and simply saying, I want to win.
And now he's hoping his defense has that mentality as they try to hang on to that lead. Tucker with the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. That's fielded in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. They'll set up a throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Everson Griffin. Credit him with his sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
On second down, it's Pollard. He digs them partway out of the hole that they're in. It's an 8-yard gain, and it makes it 3rd and 12.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
One score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And that is incomplete. The Texans tried it, but they come up 50 here on 4th. And the Jets are going to get the football here in great field position. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
All day, dog. Check 31, check 31. Back. Check.
Going to give this time to the tailback. That's a gain of 4 here in the 4th quarter, with them leading by 4 on the scoreboard.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the 4th quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers, 4th quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it, and let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
This is 3rd and 2, maybe the biggest play in this football game. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's able to pick up the 1st down here before he goes down at the 26. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. first down. Singletary. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. This defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. All you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake it the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides.
Kill.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. It's a first down following a gain of 3.
Brandon, this can be so demoralizing for a defense. They've had 2 opportunities to get off the field. They haven't gotten it done. So now your coordinator, he's going to call every blitz that he has, any type of exotic, something that they haven't seen before. And he's also telling the defensive lineman, don't worry about holding people up. Just get in gaps and try and make a big play.
And not only not getting off the field on 2 opportunities, clock continuing to run. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's a good gain of 11. Sets them up 1st and goal. Now, I'm assuming they're keeping this football on the ground, right?
I would think so because you're looking at the clock. That's in your favor. You're looking at the geography of the field, right? Where you are, that's in your favor as well. Keep it on the ground. Keep pounding. Run that clock down. You got everything working in your direction.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
36.
And goal at the 3-yard line.
They'll try to run this one in. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal?
Check 3. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. Check nickel. Check 26. Check 52. Check safety. Slam.
They'll try to run this one in. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. A great effort there. Saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Jets will extend their lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They're going to look to throw. And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. So that a double whammy. Not only do you have to give away the football, but the 2 points mean this is now a two-score game.
And 2 doesn't seem like much, does it? But it means everything in this situation because now they're going to have to look back, and ultimately that might be the play that ends up deciding this game.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. A good run there to start the drive. 13 yards, first down. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. Oh, Wilson going to throw. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. And they have secured a spot in the conference championship, and now you can start to smell it at this point in the season, can't you?
You really can, because the focus has been one game at a time, not looking ahead. But when you get to the conference championship game and you know you're there, the Super Bowl does loom in the future.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL.